Greetings, this is M squared, and we're going to evaluate some absolute value expressions. Just a reminder what absolute value means. Absolute value means how far is a number from 0. So if I say how far is 5 from 0, you'd say 5, but there's another number that's 5 away from 0, that's -5. So what we say is that we don't say I'm -5 away from 0, we say I'm 5 away from 0, just to the left or to the right. So absolute value, whatever's inside, can be negative, but once you do this operation, it's actually an operation just like addition, subtraction, multiplication. Whenever you do that, it no longer is negative. So whether it's positive or negative inside, it's always positive when you do the absolute value because you're finding the distance from 0. So remember, evaluate means you plug in the numbers and then you find out using order of operations what it would equal. So the first thing we do is put in our z. Z is -2.5. So -2.5 times 8 is -20. So now I'm asking, how far is -20 away from 0? It's 20 away from 0. So that's the y. Some people just say, oh, it's negative, so it's positive on the outside. That's fine. But just keep in mind what it means. 10 minus, next one, we're going to put in a -4 for x, and only this is in the absolute value sign. So 3 times -4 is -12, and a minus a -12 is a +12. So this is what we have. So we have 10 minus the absolute value of 5 plus 12. Well, the absolute value of 5 plus 12 is the same thing as the absolute value of 17. So 10 minus the absolute value of 17, well, how far is 17 from 0? That's what that means. It's 17 away from 0. So I really have 10 minus 17, which is -7. Well, some people get confused when they get a negative answer and they've been working with absolute values. Remember, absolute values, what's inside when you bring it out can never be negative, but if you're subtracting that thing, you can get a negative. So be careful with that. Okay, over here we have a negative absolute value of x plus y. So first we're going to do what's inside because that's like our parenthesis. -4 plus 5 is 1. So now I have the opposite of the absolute value of 1. Well, how far is 1 away from 0? Or what's the absolute value of 1? It's 1. So now I just have a -1. And the last one, it's kind of a little more challenging. I'm going to write down the expression with parentheses so I know what to plug in and where to plug it in. Z is -2.5. Y is 5. And this is x, which is -4. So 2 times -2.5 is -5. 4 times 5 is 20. Then over here, 3 times -4 is -12. And now I want to simplify what's inside, which I get a 15 here. So the absolute value of 15. And I'll just rewrite this and we'll do another step. Okay, so now I'm going to find the absolute value. The absolute value of 15, or how far 15 away is away from 0, is 15. And how far is -12 away from 0, or the absolute value of -12, is 12. 5 times 12 is 60. So now I have 15 minus 60, which is a -45. And that is some evaluating absolute value expressions. Make sure to keep in mind your order of operations and what absolute value actually means. Hope you do well with that. This is M squared signing out.